Hey, this is Chris from Stockspot. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about the impact that the 2026 budget CGT capital gains tax changes will have on Stockspot clients investing into our ETF portfolios. Now there's two big changes that will impact Stockspot clients. The first is the imposing of a 30% minimum capital gains tax. And why this matters is that under the current regime, if you earn a capital gain and you've held an asset for over 12 months, you basically get to halve the capital gain and apply it against your marginal rate. So it means that people who are on lower incomes actually get to have quite a good discount for capital gains that they've earned because they're paying half their marginal rate, and that could be a 0% marginal rate for those that aren't working, or a 16%, which is the lowest tax threshold, halved for those that are on lower incomes. Unfortunately, this minimum 30% capital gains tax rate means that everyone will be effectively paying a higher rate on their capital gains, which does impact particularly people on lower incomes starting off and starting to invest. And this is something I've been quite vocally against in the public arena, because I think it's quite unfair on people getting started investing. But it does mean that if you are getting started investing, you want to be avoiding realizing too many capital gains, because it is going to lead to higher tax. The second area that's going to impact Stockspot ETF investors is the replacement of the current 50% discount regime for assets held for over 12 months with the indexation method. So rather than getting a discount on your eventual capital gains, the government is now going to index your cost base, that means how much you paid for each ETF, and compare your gain in the end versus the indexed cost base, and then apply it without any discount whatsoever at your marginal rate. Now what this means is, for assets that are growing quite a lot over inflation, so assets that are growing at 5 or 6 or 7%, you're most likely going to be paying more tax, whereas for assets that have lower growth rates, it might be more similar to the current system. So overall, it means the higher growth your portfolio is, and I looked at our Topaz portfolio, for instance, over the last 10 years, and its average capital growth is 7.3% per annum. A bigger proportion of that capital growth is going to be taken in tax. So it does mean in order to reach your goals, you'll need to be topping up more and saving more. However, there are a few positives if you are an ETF investor over buying shares directly. One of the problems with the new regime is if you own a range of different shares, you're going to be taxed based on the real gain, and that means the gain after inflation on winners, but you don't get to write off the real losses, which are losses that are worse than inflation. The impact of this is if you have a portfolio of lots of different stocks, your effective tax rate is actually going to be significantly higher than even the budget estimates. And that's because of this nuance of not being able to write off real losses. What this means is that direct share investing becomes a lot less appealing, and it actually becomes a lot more attractive to own investments in a pooled structure, because you get the benefit of the netting effect within the pooled structure. You have some stocks that have gone up, some that have gone down. They all cancel off against each other within the ETF, and then you only pay a capital gain based on the overall outcome of the product. And that's actually a lot more attractive now than owning lots of individual investments. The other benefit of low turnover ETFs is that ETFs themselves, especially indexed ETFs, and I can't say the same about all active ETFs, but at least indexed ETFs have relatively low portfolio turnover, so they themselves are realizing quite low capital gains. Now, this is really important under this new regime, because any capital gains you're realizing, you're going to be paying a higher minimum rate on, and most likely a higher overall rate on. So you want to be deferring capital gains as much as possible and not realizing them. The benefit of ETFs is that they typically don't realize a lot of capital gains. I've looked at the last 10 years of data for the Vanguard Australian Shares Index Fund, which is in our model portfolios, or our core portfolios, VAS. And annually, if you look at its dividend, only about 5.4% of its dividend has been a distribution of capital gains, which is very low compared to active ETFs or active managed funds or other types of active instruments. So the benefit of ETFs are twofold, is that they have lower turnover, and also that you get the netting effect. And this is why ETFs are one of the big beneficiaries compared to direct share investing. Although unfortunately for everyone, this new regime means, particularly if you're in a higher growth investment, you're going to be paying more tax. And that's the overall impact that I see of the CGT changes on Stockspot portfolios.